Hi crafty friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Marissa. Today I have a little process video kind of tutorial because I was playing with the bog bag and you guys know that I made the turquoise one. So I in my head immediately went to this color. I don't know why, but I wanted to make one in this color, and then I decided to add a little charm, and of course I had to create a little labubu. I did not jump on the bandwagon with buying them, but I do like crafting with them. I think they're fun, kooky little characters. And so that's what I did. This is just the basic toe, like just by its, self, putting it together and then adding my own little stuff. I did take a die set. Oh, where is it? I left it here. This die set that has these extra little hanging parts. I can't remember the name of it. I'll look for it in the description box. But I took the larger set and I cut it out of the paper and I glued it here so that I could attach the charm dangle there. And you could add, a couple layers of it to make it sturdy, because I did one just because I was playing with it, real quickly. So that's what I did for that one. But I had this idea since I got it that I wanted to make one out of fabric. And I just had to remember how I do that because it's been a while and I had to dig for my supplies because I put them away. But this is what I come up with. I pulled out Frank Garcia's fabric. I think it's called Fabric Snippets. But there is like quite a few designs, and I pulled some of them that have this real pretty like stamping imagery and the roses. And so I decided to create one using the fabrics, and I wanted to show you how I put it together. I did add a little bit of, trims that I had in my stash, and then I pulled out French blue collection that I have in my stash, and I added, the flowers and the ephemera and chipboard stickers. And then, of course I had to add some buttons to make it a little shabby chic, because also in my head was one that I had seen that was like totally shabby chic, and I think it's My Shabby Chic Chick, I think. I can't remember the full name from the Instagram account that I saw it, but I'll link them in the description box because I think she's also here on YouTube if I remember correctly. Absolutely love how she made hers, and so then I thought I would do one with fabric instead of the paper. And so I'm going to show you guys how I use the dies, which are available in the shop, but let me give you an idea of what I did. Sorry, I still have a few pieces out. So what I did was, it's a process, you guys. It takes time to figure, to do all this, but first and foremost, what you'll need is some Heatnbond. I do the Heatnbond Lite. It is like an interface that has like this tacky medium, and you apply your fabric on it, you sew it, and that heats up and attaches to your fabric. As you can see, I have one here. Now, once that's done, you can remove this liner, because that's what you see here, this white. And now what's left is the tacky glue there. And so when you attach it to your piece, you can iron it and it will bond to the paper. So that's what I'm going to do with these guys here. I'm going to show you. So I have already cut out this piece here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to iron this. I'm going to, try to align it. Well, first I'm going to peel the back. So I'll show you guys how this comes off. Whee! It's a little tricky. Right. Okay. So I have gone ahead and how do I explain this? My initial way of getting this piece is by cutting out this piece here, the size of this, okay? And then I take that piece that I cut out that's, already heat with the fabric, and then I lay my die down, run it through my machine, and I end up with this piece here. Now I'm going to take this part that has the little, I've already peeled off. I'm going to take this part and I'm going to adhere it to this layer. So it'll be a little bit sturdy, as you can see here. So now I have my piece here and I'm going to go over it with the iron, if that makes sense to you guys. And it heats up and now it's attached to my paper. That's what I did to this. But what I also did was I did a layer of stitching. So after I'm done with this, I'm going to take this part here and I'm going to iron it over like this so my pieces are together. Once I have that, now I'm going to start stitching from this side, going all the way down, and then I come back down here and I go all the way around, all the way this way, all the way down and connect it. And now I have my piece completely stitched. Now, if I wanted to add some trim here, I could actually, you know, lay down my trim and stitch it. But for this one, I'm not going to. I kind of like it just like this. This one I wanted something shabbier because the fabric is plain. In a way, it has a pattern, but it's not as noticeable as this here. Here I want to do some flowers. So that's my goal. So now I have, you know, my piece here and I'm going to iron it and I'll be back. So here I'm just going to gently press the iron onto the piece and I'm going to do it in sections. I'm not going to rub the iron across, drag it across, because it could move the piece. And so I'm just going to gently tab it and then afterwards I'm going to make sure to go over it all. Now for this piece, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm just going to set the iron on top in little sections. And then once I feel that it's glued down enough, then I will go over it immediately, as you can see. So I just want to show you guys how it looks all, you know, ironed. It's pretty, you know, glued on. So now I'm going to go in and stitch. I'm going to try to find some blue thread. That's what I want. But I want to say that I'm going to do the same. I've already done this handle. And unfortunately, my second one is a little wonky. So I won't be doing that just because of our video, you know, time management. Same thing with this. But what I'm going to do is, because I cut off the pieces. So see right here for this one, I laid it down. And then I cut off these pieces. So it's trimmed off. That's all it is there. And I haven't added anything to the bottom because this is pretty good cardstock. It's like 10-pound cardstock, 110-pound cardstock. So it's real, this is really thick now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my white piece but I'm going to use a 65-pound, and that's what this is too. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. This is a 65-pound paper, so it's thinner and kind of like wobbly. And when I put my bag together, I'm going to use 110 pounds. So there's that. So here's the piece that I was talking about. This is going to get placed on here like that, and I will iron it first and then I'll come back and cut. So here we are now that I've ironed it, and I ironed it onto the 65-pound paper. And now I'm just going to trim off this excess here because I don't need them, since I'll be gluing it on top of the second one I'll be cutting. So there is a lot of cutting out, but if you cut out all your pieces, you'll be good to go. So I initially cut out one set of papers that are 65 pounds so that I could layer the fabric onto it and stitch them. And then I cut out a second round where I'll be putting it together and gluing these fabric layers on top of it, if that makes sense. Now we're going to take it to the sewing machine, so I'll be back with that. So here I have the pieces stitched. I used a gray thread. I didn't have a blue that I liked. That was kind of dullish looking. But what I'm going to do now is clean up my edges, you know, trim off the excess thread. This one got a little bit weird on me, and I had to do two stop and start. So that's why there's two. But then I'm going to come back and show you guys how I'm just going to glue down it onto the bog bag. So I have the bag put together with my 110-pound cardstock, and I wanted to show you guys that I'm using is from Coordinations. I found it on, I think it was the American Crafts website. I think they had it on sale. I can't remember. I ordered some from their bulk sale, and so I'm using it sparingly because this is the stuff I used to find at Joann's, and I can't find it anywhere else either. So I'm just going to glue it down. As you can see, it fits nicely there. And then for my sides, what I want to do is I want to curve this. So you can use your bone score folder thing here. This is an old one that I've had. I know there's smaller ones, but you kind of want it to curve so that when you lay it down like this, it goes on nicely. And you just slather it with glue, and that's it. This takes me forever because I have a small fine tip, and that's all I have right now. And you could also use one of those silicone brushes and, you know, lather the paper. But what I like about this cardstock is that it's sturdy and the glue doesn't make it warp too bad. Whereas if you were to use the 65-pound, it definitely warps your paper. I'm going to kind of bring this over like that and make sure I get my laying down is nice, so I can't see too much of the white, and that looks to be about right there. So now I'm just gonna make sure to rub. Now the edges might fray a little bit, so sometimes if I have time and I remember, I'll take glue and just kind of tab and just kind of smudge it, and that kind of heals it. Or you can take your heat glue gun, the hot glue gun, and kind of rub it and have some of that hot glue bind the edges so that the fabric doesn't fray, because I know I've been asked that before. Although I've done something similar like this before and it hasn't come undone, at least that I've noticed. And then I'm just going to go ahead and finish up this side. There we go. Now, just for the sake of this video, I'm not going to finish all the way through because that's just going to take too much time. But the other thing I want to talk about was the handle. Now, I haven't stitched this one because I haven't finished it, but I glued it down the wrong side. I glued opposite side, so it's kind of wonky, but I'm okay with that. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it and use hot glue and glue it down. You got to make sure you add another layer there if you want. You don't have to. I did for this one, and or I didn't for this one. Because it was going to be too thick to fold. At least that's what I found. So I need a stitch. But once you're done stitching, I take buttons and I'm just going to hot glue them there like that on both sides. And it could be different pattern, different buttons, or you could do similar ones. You know, like I have these two. And so I could do two. But I'm going to do different ones just because it's a shabby chic. And then I'm just going to like hot glue it there. And then I'm going to add some hot glue here, and then I'm just going to adhere it there like that. And then I'll bring this side and do the same thing like that. If you want to add some trim, you can add it now, like hot glue it before you, you know, glue it down. You could maybe add your glue. If you want to do more stitching, you could add more stitching. As you can see, the back side, and then you're just going to glue it down. So I have one of the handles done, you guys. I'm being lazy to go finish the other one while I do this tutorial. But I wanted to show how I stitched and then added my little buttons, and now I glued it down. But I also wanted to show you what I did here. I have the trims from the collection. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lay this down here, just a little piece. So I'm going to take this trim and I'm going to just cut off that part. And so I don't know if you guys ever do this kind of stuff, but I like to just go with the flow and paper piece and fabric mush and just whatever. And so you're just going to go through and slowly cut this. There we go. So now I have this cute little trim that matches the collection perfectly. And I'm going to add this here. Now, this is the part that gets a little tricky because it's trying to be very gentle with the glue when you glue it down and hold it there. Now I lost the side that has. So you're just going to lightly tap it so the glue doesn't come out, but it adheres. There we go. So it's very gentle tap, kind of take your time with it, just a little bit at a time. This is just a low grade glue gun from Michael's. I don't know that they have some at the dollar store. I haven't seen any. Okay, I went a little over, but that's okay. I'm gonna trim this right here. It's gonna bug me, but now we have our cute little trim, and I'm just going to trim that there like that. See, now we have our little, it's a little wonky, but it's okay. It's the shabby chic. And then I'll go and do the back side too. Okay, friends, thank you so much for watching this quick little tutorial. Hopefully I didn't confuse you more. But if you have any questions, definitely ask away. I ended up adding the little flower centers from the trim. I thought it'd be cute to cut them up and add them there. I need to go back and add the second handle, but this is what it is. And this is the first one that I made. It's so cute. You guys, there's so many ways to put this together and have fun with it. So definitely, if you want to, give it a try. I'll link the list of materials that I use so you guys have an idea. But check out hashtag ScrapDiva Designs for more projects using the bag. I think this is such a great size. I have little albums that I have made, and I think I'm going to put them in here and probably list them on my Etsy shop so that I can have some more summer money when my kids are home to buy them snacks. Okay, friends, definitely come back for some more videos. Don't forget to use my discount code MWalker10. Sign up for the mailers. Lots of new things coming to ScrapDiva Designs. New dies coming soon. Well, next month, but I'm hoping you guys will come back, and I do have a few more projects with this month's release, so stay tuned.